Next, we will hear from Ren Wan on sustainable fashion and the insights she's gained over her last 9 years of upcycling and promoting secondhand clothing to modern-day Hong Kong consumers.
My name is Ren Wan, and I'm from Hong Kong. In case you haven't been to the city before, I can tell you it is a really consumer city. So shopping is a big part of our everyday life. In 2011, my friends and I started a really small event, which turns out to be the first public swap event in Hong Kong. And from there, we have grown into a nonprofit organization. Now we are one of the most active groups in Hong Kong promoting secondhand fashion and sustainable consumption. And I'm sure a lot of you have been doing a lot of great work in your countries promoting sustainable consumption if you are here today. But I'm not here to talk about what we do. Actually, I want to share with you our experience and what we have learned from 9 years of trials and errors. And I hope that these findings will help you in promoting sustainable consumption in your country. The first thing, actually, we have found two common mistakes that we always make when we try to promote sustainable consumption. The first thing is we are having too many cold hard facts. So what we're seeing now here is actually a screenshot from my newsfeed reader. And these are all the most recent environment news. And all we see here are just alarming headlines about tragedies happening around the world. And when we try to promote sustainable consumption, it's easy that we just want to directly share this news with our audience so that they know that sustainable consumption really matters. But you know what? Actually, most of the time, they just don't find them relevant because our audience just do not find them relevant to their everyday lives. Well, bad things happen around the world every day, and it is really hard to convince them if it doesn't happen in their living environment. And the second thing is we always put too many products out there. So this is another screenshot from Instagram, and I got this view by searching the hashtag sustainable consumption. And what we see here are just nothing but products. Well, actually, these products have nothing wrong, and they may be doing a lot of good things for our world. But these attractive images may be able to convince people to buy it right now, but they may not always convince people to understand what sustainable consumption stands for, because they need a bigger picture so that they need to know more so that they can make the right choices in every part of their life. So these two consumptions actually have led us to think differently. When we try to promote sustainable consumption, we can just not talk about sustainable products. We need a holistic approach so that people can understand what sustainable consumption actually means. And the followings are actually the different experiments we have been trying to do. And the first thing you see here are actually to engage people in exciting and fun activities. Why we need activities when we talk about sustainable consumption? It is because we need to take them away from mainstream marketplace. And these pictures actually is from one of our events. We had this public swap party before Christmas, before the holiday shopping season. And we want people to get away from the streets so that they don't see a lot of advertising messages, like a lot of attractive billboards that saying that will arouse them to buy just ordinary products as their Christmas gifts. So we took them to this large outdoor area. It's a large that is a large lawn actually in one of our cultural districts. And we want to take people away from the shopping mania, so that's why we want to take them out to outdoor places. What they have here are not just a chance to get secondhand things, they also have a chance to have a lot of gatherings, picnics, and games. Actually, it's just like a music festival, so they can have fun. And that will make this sustainable consumption activity more impressive and unforgettable to them. And besides taking them outdoor for just swapping, we also had another idea. And this one actually is more fun. This is actually one of our secondhand clothes giveaways events. And instead of just throwing to them a lot of secondhand clothes, convincing them to take these clothes away, we had local designers to build a mobile wardrobe, just like a wooden wardrobe on a three-wheelers. And we drove the bike to a park. Why we are doing this? Because we want people to enjoy the view and comfort of an outdoor space when they also help us save these clothes from the landfill by sharing these clothes together. So I want to just, this example is just to show you that the exciting and fun activities can actually help a lot when we try to give people an impression that it is, how to say that, it is good to make a good association and to build good memories for them, to let them know that sustainable consumption behaviors can be fun. And besides activities, we also think that actually experience really matters. So because we are actually moving from, not only in Hong Kong, but from all other places, so we are moving from consumption economy to experience economy. So we no longer just sell products, we also sell experience. And this is actually another mode of consumption. So when we try to sell people just the values of sustainable consumption or the values of sustainable goods, we can also sell experience, skills, knowledge instead of just products. And to encourage people not to throw their used clothes away, we had an experience. We invited local craftsmen to host a series of upcycling workshops so people can learn to upcycle their used clothes into something new. This activity not only just give them new skills and knowledge about these, just empower them, to strengthen them so that they can learn more things. But a lot of participants told us that after these fun activities, they actually become more appreciative to quality handmade stuff, and they no longer want to buy fast fashion again. And besides activities and experience, we think that there is one more important thing that we should never forget when we try to promote sustainable consumption, which is stories. So this picture is actually showing a local craftsman doing like natural cleaning stuff, cleaning product. And when the reporter tried to promote his products, he didn't just talk about how natural or what handmade, or just not just about the products, but more about his stories. He used to be a full-time worker, but then this craftsman just tried to use local materials to make natural products, and many features about him actually focus on his stories, because it is what people find resonates from. We should share human stories instead of just functions and features of sustainable products, so that people know that what they buy are not just cold machine products. They are not buying something made by machines. These are products made of humanity and heart. I want to conclude 10 years of our work with just one more line. Just let's inspire people instead of educate people. We cannot educate them with facts and news and products. We may be able to change their behavior now, but we may not be able to change their hearts and their mind in the long run. Throwing cold facts and news will not help us move people's hearts. So to prove my point, I want to share with you one last case. And these pictures that you are seeing here are actually from an event organized by Fashion Clinic, which is another influential sustainable fashion group in Hong Kong. And one of the founders, Toby Lam, is a fashion designer. And she found that actually people will buy mainstream fashion or fast fashion products because they only see the appearance of what they wear instead of the other values and meanings of what they choose to buy from shops. So in order to convince people that actually there are a lot more than just the appearance about clothes, she initiated a campaign called Slow Stitch Nomad, which is really meditative name, I would say, a really romantic name. And that's what she do. And she set up a really meditative environment and invited people to come here with their old clothes, their used clothes, so that they can together, they gather and they sit together and they try to repair their own clothes with traditional stitching and embroidery skills. But the interesting is what she's doing here is not just about promoting sustainable fashion clothing items. She wants people to slow down as well. She thinks that if people just can slow down their pace of life, their heart will slow down and their mind will slow down. And when they can just not to buy so many things too often, they will have time and space to reflect on their behaviors and what truly matters. And then they will always make the right consumption in their daily lives. So these are all I want to share with you today. And I hope that these findings will help you do better or do more in the area of your work. And this may help you promote sustainable consumption better together. So thank you very much and good luck.